This is CW Iowa Live.
Good morning, everybody. It's 10 minutes past 9 o'clock. Welcome back to CW Iowa Live. Lou and Jackie here, along with a good friend, Sheree Clark from Fork in the Road. And this time of year, Jackie, we expect Sheree to bring things to us that she finds at places like Farmers Market or some of her favorite stores and things like that. And usually it says Made in Iowa written all over it because things are grown here. I don't remember something like this growing in Iowa in fields beside the corn and the beans.
Well, that kind of looks like something growing in your backyard.
Yeah, maybe in a backyard, that could be. So what do we have here, young lady?
Well, I was thinking, you know, people are always saying to me, gosh, you spend your whole life at the farmer's market, don't you? And sometimes it feels that way. Well, right now it's hotter than Hades out, and there may be a day or two that I'm just going to skip it. So I thought, well, what else could be fun? One of the things I really like about the farmer's market, in addition to the fact that it's local and it's healthy food, is that it's variety. We can find fun and unusual things. Right. But we can also find fun and unusual things at the ethnic stores in the local area. So I just visited one local store. I went to the Mexican market, and I came away with a plethora of really cool things, and the prices were right.
Okay, where is the Mexican market?
I went to La Tapatita on East 15th and Des Moines Streets.
Is that the one right next to the freeway?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Very.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
And there's a smaller version of it over closer near me, over by Merle Mall. But I really like the big one. So because they've got great produce and great selections, and I went in there and I could have walked out with a whole bunch of other things, but I was like, I'm going to do this on a budget. I'm going to see if I can get what I want to use for the segment and spend less than $8.
Oh, that's a heck of a budget.
And I did.
All right.
Yeah. All
Good
right.
for you.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So do you think that people don't go to those stores like that because they don't know what they're going to find? Like they see that big green thing and they're like, no idea what that is. Not even going to try it.
I think there's a little bit of an intimidation factor. I think there's a little bit of I will go in there and I won't even know what things are, and are they going to speak the same language as I do, and so forth. And so, that's the beautiful thing about our city. We have a lot of cultures, and so take a risk, go in there, ask, find somebody.
Embrace it as opposed to being, never attempting.
Yeah, it's fun. So do it, and then let's talk about what you can find in there. So we'll start with the interesting looking
uprights.
Yeah, exactly. That is, we've had this before on the show, but I wanted you to see it's jicama, and this is what jicama looks like. And when it's whole, it's a starchy, it's a root kind of a vegetable. I used it in place of potatoes many times, and in this case, I made French fries for you. So go ahead and taste those.
And we've had these before. Very popular if you visit or vacation in Mexico at all. They eat this as like a snack during the day. They put spices on it and go to town. So you've really doused this in various
I used smoked paprika. The last time I made it for you, I used lime juice, and I think I used just a little bit of a regular paprika.
Right.
Today it's smoked. There's also chili powder, onion powder, a little bit of olive oil.
I got the chili powder right off the bat.
Yep. So it's very it does taste a little bit chili-ish. So I think it would be really good dipped in barbecue sauce. So it's really nice, crunchy, refreshing, something to go along with your beer if you're
there you go.
If you're thinking it's too darn hot outside.
It is very refreshing, especially with these hot days, if you're wanting something that has a crunch and kind of satisfy that desire.
Exactly. Inexpensive, and they last quite a long time. And one thing to know about jicama, when you're peeling it, I wouldn't use a vegetable peeler. The skin is pretty tough.
So what do you do?
I use a knife. I would cut it with a knife and a chef's knife and just cut it around the edges. You're going to lose a little bit more of it than you would with a vegetable peeler, but it's a lot less hassle.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
And is it solid all the way through?
Yeah, it's solid. And when you cut it open, if there's any marred areas that would be discolored, like a dark color, just cut it away. It'd be fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
So then, this is something that you've had before and seen before. This item here, and Jackie, you've got yours. I'm going to invite Jackie, you to do something along with me. You're going to take it and push the bottom. And it's going to turn into something that's a lot easier to eat. So what you can do then is you just put it up to your face and just bite into those.
And you go at it. Now this is mango, correct?
It is mango, yes, correct. Yep, and that is also less expensive when you buy it at a Mexican store because they go through it quite a bit. It's one of the ingredients that they use quite a bit. So, and there's an abundance of them. The display in there was like, it was a tower. And so you can get all different kinds of ripeness. If I want some that are not quite ripe because I want to take them home and let them eat them in a few days.
This is a lot better than the frozen ones I get.
Oh yeah.
Now, I love it when they put these on a stick and they cut it up for you and you can just kind of eat it like you would like a stick on, or an apple on a stick. But they always put a spice on it, which I enjoy, kind of the combination of a savory spice with the sweetness of the mango. What would that be?
You could put any, you know what I like to put on it? Lime zest.
Yes.
That's a really
That'd be
nice
really
little
good.
contrast, and it makes a great smoothie. So this is what your mango looks like when you buy it at the store. And something to know, there's a pit inside. The pit is long and skinny, and it goes right down the center. So when you cut it, to cut it into 2 halves, that's 1 mango that the 2 of you are sharing. I take my chef's knife and I cut slightly off center, straight down, slightly off center on the other side, straight down, and that's how I ended up with the 2, we call them cheeks, and then you turn that inside out and it makes it a little bit easier to eat.
This is really good. Nice tang to it too.
Yes, I just love that. And it's like I said, it's
very
not that
tasty.
it's such a novel thing. We've had it before, but remember, when it's indigenous to a particular culture, it's going to be less expensive.
Less expensive. So get a.
They go through more of them.
They do.
And I would imagine somewhat fresh too.
Very fresh. They go through them very quickly. So limes and jalapenos and avocados, you'd also find at a Mexican store.
I never thought about that.
So if you're going to make guacamole, there's no cheaper place to buy the stuff.
Good to know.
Then finally, well, not finally, we've got more. This, it looks like a kind of a battered banana.
Right.
But you probably know that this is a plantain.
Plantain, love plantains.
So what I did for that, now you know I eat most of my food raw, but raw plantains are a little bit even extreme for me.
Now,
So,
what's the difference between a plantain and a banana?
they're 2 different kinds of vegetables. Plantains are a lot starchier, and and I think plantains might be vegetable and banana might be fruit. I could be mistaken.
Yeah, they're not near as sweet as a banana unless you make them sweet.
Okay.
Exactly. So what I did for you was I put them into little slices, and I steamed them this morning. Yes,
Steamed?
I cooked. So I
can cook.
I steamed your plantains in a steamer, and then I just drizzled a little bit of honey on the top, and then a quick dusting of cinnamon, and I think you're going to really like it. Now, the one thing that I'd like to do with it is I like to have it for breakfast, and I mix it with whatever the fruit of the season is. So it's good with blueberries. It would be great with mango. Make it into a nice fruit salad, and it's really a nice little mixture.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've never had a steamed plantain. I've had it many ways, but I've never had it steamed.
Yeah. Sometimes you can get the plantain chips. You can buy them at the store. They're kind of fried. But that kind of, to me, that defeats the healthy.
Yeah, so it doesn't have the sweetness
Right, exactly.
of the banana like you mentioned too.
Yep, exactly. It's a starchier thing, and that's why I put a little drizzle of honey on it. If you wanted more honey, you could do that. You could use maple syrup or whatever.
Could you dehydrate these and make your own chips? If you're
I've
wanting
not
to do
tried it
Okay.
with that, but
I'm sure you could.
Yeah, maybe I need to do that and report back to you because
go.
yeah, it sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I like that.
Perfect.
Okay.
Just to stay on the healthier side of things. Okay, now let's get back to this plant that looks like something that might grow in back of Lou's yard, where it's a little more dry back there.
Yeah, where I don't take care of anything.
It's a little arid back there, is it? Okay, so this is an aloe vera plant, and this is what it looks like.
So that's
this
what they look like.
This is a small one. This is just one leaf.
That's a small piece?
This is a very small piece. Yeah, I got the little one. And so when you cut into it, you can see at the end, it's very shiny, and it's kind of slippery. If you
It's
can
oozing.
see, it's oozing a little bit. So there's 2 things about this. One, many people know when you've got sunburns, especially if you've been in the tropics, they'll sell these on the beach, or they'll sell you the lotion kind of that you can put on. It's very soothing to the skin. You can take this, actually cut off a piece and put it on your face, put it on your skin, and it is moisturizing. It will make it feel tight, and it might have a little bit of a white flaky looking texture to it, but it's really, I do it at night before
Yeah, I
I
was
go
gonna
to
say,
bed.
most people do it at night if they get the raw
Yep.
product, but it's better than anything. Like, I'm sure people have put aloe vera on their body before, but get in the raw, it's the
Yes,
best.
it's awesome. Here's the other thing that people don't think about doing. You can eat it. Now, I wouldn't just put it up to my mouth and start gnawing on it. It would be pretty nasty. But what you could do would be to cut, I would say, maybe 2 inches off of it, fillet it, meaning take off the skin, and throw it in your smoothie. You don't taste it, but it's in there, and it's very healing if people have indigestion.
As I say, digestion, isn't it? Okay.
Because it's very soothing. And it also helps with some regularity issues. Not to a place where it becomes urgent, but it does help keep the process going. So.
I had a friend in college that used to drink the liquid as part of his workout routine.
Yeah, it's and you can buy it already, the liquid already, but that's more expensive. And my theme here today was going for an experience and being economical.
Doing it on a budget as well.
So one other thing I brought along, and that was I did go to farmer's market last week, and I wanted to share something with you. You've got it on your plate. What I brought for you is a weed. If you grew up on a farm, you know that purslane is a weed, and
they spray for
They spray for it. But I want you to taste a leaf.
What?
Yeah. And just pull off a leaf and just.
And you got this at farmer's market?
I get it at farmer's market, and I put it in salads.
Now I know why rabbits go for this and other animals.
It's nutritious. It's wonderful. It's cheap. It cost me $2 for a big bouquet of purslane. And
there you go.
Yeah, exactly. So remember, get jiggy with it. Try new things. You know.
That's the theme for today. Get jiggy.
Yeah,
with it, okay?
test things out. You're never going to learn something new unless you try.
Okay. If people want to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you?
Why don't you drop me an email at info@fork-road.com or visit my website, fork-road.com.
That works.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much. And we're going to expand our horizons and get out there and try new things right here in Central Iowa. You're watching CW Iowa Live, folks. We'll be right back. KCWI Channel 23. Don't forget fork-road.com for more details.